was at the barbershop today, and just like any barbershop, the topic of sports came up. And of course, because it's a trending topic, Giannis Antetokounmpo signing with Milwaukee came up. But I was surprised at how many people were saying that Giannis's decision was a bad one. They were saying, man, if I was Giannis, man, I would have went to Miami. I would have went to LA. They just talking like you could just swap people like you do in video games. You got to take salaries and all that into the equation. They should have went to Golden State. Should if he ever gonna win a ring, he ain't gonna do it in Milwaukee. He should have went to Miami or went to Golden State. Don't make no sense. He's stupid. And I'm listening to these motherfuckers, man. I'm like, y'all some fucking idiots, man. You guys got to be the dumbest motherfuckers just regurgitate everything that you fucking hear on television. First of all, why is it such a necessity? Listen to me. Why is it such? Look, I know all great players want to win, but why is it such a necessity for Giannis Antetokounmpo to win a championship now at age 25, going on 26? Why does he have to win one right now? Why is it so imperative for Giannis to win a championship this year? Someone explain that to me. If I'm not mistaken. Let's see. LeBron didn't win his first title until he was 20. Let me see, how old was LeBron? I think he was 26 going on 27. But mind you, he had been in the NBA since he was 18. So, age-wise, he's close to what Giannis is now, but he'd been in the NBA since he was 18. So he didn't win a title until I believe his 8th season, okay? But so far, Giannis, he got to win one right now, even though he's only been a superstar for going on 3 years and an all-star for 4 years. Michael Jordan didn't win a title until he was 28. Isaiah Thomas didn't win a title until he was 28 also. Dirk Nowitzki didn't win one until he was 34, I believe. And Dirk didn't have, a super team around him. Elijah won. He didn't win a championship until he was 31. So why is it such a necessity for Giannis to win right now? Wilt was over 30 when he finally won a championship, 30 years old. But for some reason, Giannis, he got to win one right now. Now, don't we remember the cautionary tale of DeMarcus Cousins, who, according to the Pelicans, he says it didn't happen, but the Pelicans said that they offered him, I think it was a 2-year, $40 million contract offer. Now, that's not exactly max money, but it's nothing to sneeze at either, especially in the market from 2 years ago, right? We all know what happened to DeMarcus Cousins. He went on to suffer what was it? I think the first injury was the Achilles rupture. Then he tore his ACL in the other leg. And even though DeMarcus Cousins is back in the NBA, the days of him averaging 27 and 12 are probably over. Okay, so yeah, a lot of people said, man, he should have took the money while he had it. You know, man, he dumb for not taking the money. People are always. I'm gonna tell you something, man. Niggas love to second guess other niggas. I swear, man. It's like we get off on trying to prove that we not dumb like other niggas. Man, I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know what he was thinking. First of all, back to Giannis. Why would he not take a max deal? Since when has it been stupid to take max money? I mean, it's the best thing he could have did on all fronts. Even if you look at the loyalty aspect, like someone of mine in older generations, staying loyal to the town that developed you. You know what I'm saying? I know you got some fake, you know, pro-black motherfuckers. There's always some about slave mentality, being loyal to your slave master. Slave master. First of all, a nigga not a fucking slave. He getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars. Okay. Secondly, I do feel people when they say, don't be loyal to these teams because they're not going to be loyal to you. Absolutely true. But I do believe in a sense of loyalty to the extent of, you know, trying to repay those when you were in your origins of your career. Staying loyal to those who helped to cultivate your talent and to give you the opportunity that you had. You know what I'm saying? I do believe in that. And the Milwaukee Bucks, I mean, basically they discovered him. Jason Kidd, when he was the head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks, he's the one that saw Giannis and helped to develop and cultivate that talent. Giannis didn't come out, gangbusters like a LeBron James or a Wilt Chamberlain or, Kareem or Jordan. He was developed. Milwaukee Bucks developed him, and he became a superstar. Talent was there, but it was raw. But they developed him, and now he is the most dominant player in the NBA. And they rewarded him with a max contract. And this is the thing: he's only 25 years old. If he chooses to opt out, if Milwaukee doesn't present a team around him that's even close to being competitive for a championship, guess what? When he opts out, he's still only 29 years old. That's the prime of his career. At 29 years old, he can sign another max contract, and then maybe if things don't work out in Milwaukee, he can go elsewhere and maybe do the super team thing. Maybe if he chooses to do that. So how in the fuck is what he did stupid? You lame brain ass morons. Then if he fucking left somewhere, if he didn't agree to sign a max deal, and then he fucking tears his ACL this year. Oh man, he's stupid. Y'all just for stupid for doing that. Everybody's not a second banana, okay? Everybody's not a second banana. Not everybody wants to be, a Scottie Pippen. Giannis is a franchise player, okay? Much like, a Shaq or LeBron. And this is another thing I want to say too to end this video. Everybody keep talking about Giannis needs a good jumper. Giannis needs to do this. Giannis needs to do that to win a title. I was telling this to a friend of mine today. Every fucking player I can think of, every fucking player I can think of, no matter how great a star he was, before he won a title, there was always somebody that had something to say about him that he needed to improve on. No matter who it was. No matter who it was. Whether it was Jordan himself before he won a title, man, he need to trust his teammates more. Until he trusts his teammates and stop hogging the ball, he's not going to win. Uh, George's not going to win until he stops scoring so much. A scoring champion can't win a title. It just can't happen. Jordan needs to work on his outside shot. Jordan needs to work on his 3-pointers. But really, they said at that time outside shot. 3-pointer wasn't quite as big an impact, but his mid range, outer range, yeah, he need to work on that. LeBron's not going to win until he develops a mid range shot or an outside shot. Until he does that, it's going to hold him back. Or, hey man, LeBron's not going to win until he get out of Cleveland. He's not going to win a title in Cleveland. Shaq, man, Shaq not going to win until he makes free throws. I mean, that's what's killing him. He can't make free throws. Until he wins free throws, he's just not gonna. He's not gonna win a championship. Kobe not gonna win a title in his life. Only thing Kobe cares about is scoring. They should have traded him, not Shaq. Look how bad the Lakers are. They can never win a title again. They do that with everybody. Ever since I followed basketball and before reading about past players. Magic Johnson, yeah, they won a title, but, now that the NBA has found out his weakness, is LA ever going to win a title again? They found out, Boston kind of exposed in '84 that he don't have a great mid range. He worked on that diligently to the point where you had to at least respect his mid range and outside shot. Matt, look, Giannis is only 25 years old. He's never going to be, uh, Sam Perkins from three. Okay, this ain't a fucking video game, you fucking idiots, where you could just go in and edit Giannis and put his threes a 9-9. Also, you just gonna make threes. It don't work like that in real life. As a matter of fact, why would Giannis just all of a sudden? This is what I don't get about these stupid ass idiots on mainstream talk, man. Why would you take Giannis out of his strength and try to make him marginally decent at a weakness? Why take him out the paint and then turn him into a guy that's like you're trying to turn him into Dirk Nowitzki? You notice that, like guys who are dominant in the paint, the so-called experts want them to become three-point shooters, and then bigs who are three-point shooters, they want to be more aggressive and do more in the paint. To me, the only thing Giannis needs is to me, add a nice little, you know, I would say a nice 12 to 14 foot jumper. That's it to me. Just add something like that. Maybe slowly as you get older, add range to it. But just work on a nice little jumper. You know what I'm saying? Nice little jumper, foul line jumper. If he can add that to his game, that's a beginning. Give the defense a different look, opens things up for everybody else. They can't just keep walling you off because they think all you're going to do is just take the ball and try to drive to the basket all the time. Improve the team around him. You know what I'm saying? Milwaukee will get there. It's not like Milwaukee sucks. Before Giannis got there, with the exception of that 1 year in 2001, every fucking year for the past 30 plus years, or last 30 years, they've sucked. They've sucked for so long that people forgot that Milwaukee used to be a really good team for years. From the time that Lou Alcindor got there in 1969, which is just, I think, 2 years after they became a franchise, until the late 80s, they were generally one of the better teams in the NBA. They won a championship in 1971. They went to the finals in 1974. They always went deep in the playoffs during the late 70s into the 80s. They were the first seed in 85 that beat the Bulls in 85. The Bulls won 38 games that year. Milwaukee won 59. I think Milwaukee won 60 games in 80-81. In 82, in the playoffs, they swept Larry Bird's Boston Celtics. Can't remember what round. I think it was the semis. I think they swept them 4-0. They've always been a really good team, but ever since the early 1990s, they've slowly become a terrible team to the point where everybody just thinks Milwaukee sucks. Giannis has had them guys in playoff contention, not only just playoff contention, but he's had them near the top of the conference for the last couple of years. That's the mark of a great player. I don't understand what people are looking at. This one guy has that team a perennial 60-win fucking team. The only thing that hurts them is, in my opinion, you know, they kind of, up until this year at least, especially after they lost Brogdon, they don't really have a secondary guy that can consistently create his own shot. And you have to also, as I said before, you got to look at coaching. Mike Budenholzer, I don't know what I do know why he doesn't get blamed much. I've talked about this on my channel. When you have the complexion for protection, you're going to get you get kid gloves, man, and you get all the praise, but you don't get any of the criticism. But Mike Budenholzer, ugh, it's fucking syllables, should be on the hot seat. Everybody keep talking about Giannis, 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 Giannis. No, Mike Budenholzer should be on the hot seat this year because if they go 60-22 or 65-17, and once again they get bounced in the playoffs with the team they have, I'm sorry, it's coaching. No, Budenholzer has had way too many teams that won 60 games and have flamed out in the playoffs. It's on him. You need a championship level coach. So, you know, Giannis isn't LeBron. You need, and by that I mean a guy like LeBron. He's played for so long, and LeBron is just a different player. He doesn't necessarily, because he has the ball so much, he doesn't necessarily need a great coach out there. You know, um, guys like Kobe, Mike toward the end, they didn't necessarily need Phil out there as much, but the younger players did. Giannis is young, and I've also felt like because it's easier to stop a big because they don't have the ball, and you have to kind of make some adjustments when you're a coach. You know, not just game by game, but literally, possession by possession. You need a great coach, especially when your great player is a big man. From a historical standpoint, whether it's John Cundler with the Minneapolis Lakers, or whether, of course, you're talking about Red Auerbach with the Celtics and Bill Russell, uh, Bill Sharman when he was with the Lakers as the head coach. I think he was a great coach. Every big man has generally had a great coach, and I think Giannis needs a great coach. But that's a different video. But that's all I got to say, man. Tell me what you guys think.